Hi, so today I'm going to be making a happy anniversary card. Now, if you saw my last haul video, I had a haul video just recently. That was my last video. And then now that video coordinates with this one semi in that I won the giveaway over at Rainy Day Sunshine. You can check out her YouTube page. And I won the giveaway of the Studio Calico card kit. And in the Studio Calico card kit, it came with this cardstock, that pink cardstock, that's Basil cardstock, as well as you see from here, it has the Studio Calico stamp set. Now I'm going to be using the happy anniversary words as well as the 3 flowers in this stamp set. So I was really excited to get the stamp set over. I won that giveaway, so please check out Rainy Day Sunshine. That's her YouTube page. I really want to help her to get more YouTube subscribers, so please check out her YouTube page so that she can get some input, or she can get some help with getting more YouTube subscribers. So as you see here, I have those 3 flower stamp sets, those 3 flower clear stamps, and I put that on my Fiskars stamp press. Now, as you see in this video, there's going to be a lot of mistakes along the way, and I just wanted to have the whole thing being shown, in that you are going to make mistakes when you make any kind of card, and on certain cards you're going to make more mistakes than others, and you just want to try to work with what you have. So even though if you make mistakes, you want to keep your card and still make it better from there. So I'm starting off, that was Versamark Dazzle in the champagne. I thought that I was just going to leave it just the Versamark, or the Versamark champagne. I thought that that would be enough for me to make the background of the card, but I decided that later on in the video, after I stamped this, it did look okay, but I decided that I wanted to put some embossing powder over it, and that's something that, again, it's a second thought. So you're always going to make different choices and stuff, so don't worry about that. So as you see here, it's stamped dark enough for you to see and everything, but I just really wanted it to be a big impact on the card, because this card is going to be a really simple card, and I needed those flowers to be very impactful, so I decided to, in the end, put some clear sparkle embossing powder on it. The sparkle embossing powder is from Recollections. I decided to do that after, because if not, I would have used Versamark to start off with, instead of using Versamark Dazzle. So again, it's a second thought. Now I'm stamping these middles. Now you don't have to make it perfect. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. So I did stamp these. Some of them didn't stamp well, so I stamped it a second time, and it turned out perfectly fine. Nobody would even care. Also, I have that happy anniversary stamp from the stamps that I already mounted on my clear block, and I was deciding where I wanted to put it, as well as if I wanted to put something else, meaning a piece of vellum on it or something. So I decided that I wanted to put that happy anniversary and stamp it on vellum instead. But again, here's that Recollection sparkle embossing powder. I'm just gonna pour that onto these flower images. Now I got these little containers. I got it at Ross. This was very inexpensive. I was gonna have it in my haul video, but it was a little bit too big to be in my camera, so I decided not to. But I'm telling you now, I got these little containers. They came in a big set. I believe there was 16 of them in the set, and they also had a whole desktop storage system that they all fit in. So these are all those little Tupperwares that sometimes, like Jennifer Maguire, they use things that are similar to this. Now they're just sealable little containers that you can buy, but this one came in a 16 pack, as well as it came so that there was this whole thing for your desk that those go into slots. So I decided that I wanted to pick that up. It was only $10, so I thought that was worth it. Again, I heat embossed it, and as you see there, the card, I already heat embossed those images, those flower stamps. Now you are going to know that when you're doing heat embossing, your card is going to get warped a lot. So don't be worried about that. Try to flatten it out as much as you can, but it is going to get warped no matter what you do. So now I'm just going to stamp that happy anniversary greeting onto that vellum. I just cut that thin piece of vellum, and then I am going to be embossing that in some white embossing powder. And as you see there, I heat embossed it in white already. Now this is another thing that happened with the vellum piece. Some of the part of the vellum got a little bit burned, and it kind of bubbled a little bit, and good thing it was on the bottom edge, so I just cut that off with a paper trimmer. So everything can be fixed, and most people won't even notice. So that's what I did to that. And now I'm taking my X-Zyron, and I'm going to be running the whole vellum piece through my X-Zyron. But I'm also adding some little die cuts in there. Those ones are from W+9 from the Fresh Cut Florals stamp and die set. Now I'm just doing that so that I don't waste so much of that vellum adhesive. Some of them are a little bit too big, like that one, so I had to take it out. But I'm just doing that so I didn't waste as much. And then as you see here, I wasted a little bit less space, and then I was able to also add adhesive to those pieces that I needed to put adhesive on it anyway. So now for the vellum piece, you don't really need to burnish it that much, but for all these other pieces, you're going to want to take your stylus and go around each of the images so that the adhesive doesn't just, when you peel it off, that piece, it doesn't stick everywhere. So that's what you're going to need to do. And also I pushed in that vellum piece really well into the adhesive to make sure that all of it was going to turn out okay. Now usually vellum is something that's really hard to hide the adhesive. That's why I use the Zyron. The good thing about the Zyron is that it puts adhesive down on you can put it down like on this whole entire piece, just as like I did, and then it doesn't show up at all because the entire piece is covered in adhesive. Compared to if you use a tape runner, even if you use double-sided tape or liquid glue, all of that would mostly show up because of the reason that it's not covering the entire piece. So that's what you either want to use a Zyron or use something, you can buy vellum adhesive. I haven't found a really good one yet, but if you want it to be pretty perfect, then you want to use a Zyron. If not, you can go ahead and put your adhesive and hide it behind something. Like you can try to hide your adhesive behind the words, or if you're going to put any kind of gems or something that you can hide your adhesive behind. I was thinking about using these Studio Calico buttons. Again, I'm showing you the whole process that I usually go through. I just was thinking about using these Studio Calico buttons because I was trying to use most of my products from the Studio Calico card kit from the month of May. So I was trying to use as much as I can, deciding what I wanted to do. I decided in the end not to use any of these buttons. I was thinking about putting the buttons in the middle of the flowers. They're a little too big and a little bit too much for this card. I decided to keep it really simple and just add these Queen & Company iridescent rhinestones. This was not included in the kit, but I decided to use it anyway. So these are some just iridescent rhinestones. They're a little bit different from the snowflake. They're both clear, except the iridescent has a little bit more. The backing is kind of rainbowy compared to just like a silver, so it looks a little bit different in the finished card. So I was happy with how that turned out. So I'm just doing the big, medium, and then small at the ends, and then that's almost the finished card. I decided that was too plain. I was thinking about just leaving it just like that, making it plain and simple, but I decided to add a little bit more impact by going along the top and the bottom edge and doing some score lines. Now this is going to be like you ran it through an embossing folder, just using your Martha Stewart scoreboard, or you can use a Score Pal. So whatever you want to use, just use, or even your track on your paper trimmer. If you have one of the sliding paper trimmers, you can also use a bone folder and then just score that as well. So I'm just running it at a 1/4 inch as well as a 3/8 of an inch. So that's what I did to make those embossed lines, and I think it turned out really nice. Now I'm also, to add even more dimension, I wasn't happy with how that looked so far. I'm using this white gel pen. This is the gel pen. This is the Signo Uniball broad white gel pen, and I'm just making 3 dots. So just around the flowers, and there you see that's the 3 white dots that I made, and around each of the flowers, and that's my finished card. So please visit my blog at micahscrafts.blogspot.com please like this video and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.